roof. Oh, that looks like a really interesting car. For me, it seems that there was someone working on it, not knowing the details.
That's right.
I mean, how can you offer a car like that?
I can show you.
Because that's rare.
That's very rare.
And I like it. I mean, I shouldn't say that, but I like this style. Welded louvers, interesting, but the wrong ones. It's always a dilemma. You put money in and you never know if you get it back. You can't smell it on the video, but I can smell the history here. So there's a lot of repro parts as well. Look at this. Look at this. So this time we are in Brussels. This is the symbol for the expo show. And we are now at the Interclassics November 2024. So and here's the first E-Type we have discovered here at the expo in Brussels. It's called, well, it's a special one. And it's even called Jaguar E-Type Special. So it's a totally modified car. It's a 4.8 liter engine. It's 330 brake horsepower. The price is 95,000. So that is surprising. It's a show car probably. I don't even know if that is a classic car or is that maybe just a kit car. I think this is more a kit car for 95,000. So it's all modified. You can't even tell if that is a Series 1 or anything else. So we might come back here later and ask when they're ready. So here's another one. This is a lightweight, and this seems to be a Series 1. They're asking prices 450,000. Wonder who did that, because these are all custom made, and there's something written here. Stunning recreation, a Lynx. That's a Lynx. So you can this is one of those manufacturers. You can get these from Rod J, from Eagle, and they all have different styles and preferences. So this is a recreation of that Lindner. These things that happen, I think, when just driving or racing them. That one has been used. But it's a special market, it's for racing. You wouldn't go in one of these on a tour or racing. This is another Lynx. These are the ones. Another looks like a Series 1. This one here, but modified. The tires are extremely wide. And I wonder how they fit them in here. I mean, you can't even get the finger in between here. This is so narrow. And this is still the original. It's bent in, and that is the reason why the fenders, they're folded in to get the wheels in here. So that's a Series 1, I think. And here's another. It starts here. That's a defect of the series of the 4.2. It is hitting here the roof, but it looks amazing. It requires cleaning every day. Let's see what they say here. So it's a 65 car. It is only 149,000. I think it's dark blue. It's night blue. It says night blue here. And what else do they say? So this is one is 65 for 4.2. The JR comes with Heritage. Classic number is E 10,577. And it doesn't say if it's a matching numbers car promotion. So 149,000 for this, but you can already see some defect. I think here was a number plate glued on, and you can see a lot of scratches on the bonnet. So here, don't know what that is. There might have been a number plate on here. And this is another thing. This should go under here. I mentioned that already. The bumper is too far forward. The paint is terrible, and you can tell here from this has been resprayed in a way you wouldn't like it. You see, there's a lot of filler on here. It is totally scratched. So that is reflected in the price. It's 149,000, and well, it's presented well here. The bumpers are all dull. They're not played, not really nice and chrome. They're just they're not really shiny. And I will ask someone if we can get an explanation of the car. Hi. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm working on E-Types, and
yes.
I'm always looking for cars for customers.
Nice.
And I've seen this one. And could you explain a little bit about the car?
Yeah, I can't. Maybe you can better.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
So just discovered the car. What is that a matching numbers car? I've seen you have the Heritage, but it is matching numbers car. Yes. I've seen there is some issues with the paint on the bonnet and everything. So what happened to the car? Is it an older restoration or?
This car is full restoration. It's not the original painting.
Yeah, it has been fully restored. When was that?
I have no idea. It's from a customer. You see?
Yeah.
I'm not sure that it has totally been restored.
Yeah.
It must have been one day, but the owner just bought an E-Type from us, lightweight, not a real one, but. And he said yes, it's the saloon. He brought the car just 2 days before the saloon, so it was a bit like. But it's a car that he drives very often.
Yeah.
I'm not sure the car has been totally restored. It has been repainted for sure. It was not that good repainted.
New interior.
Yeah, new interior. And can we open the bonnet?
Yes.
Yeah, and we see because the price is competitive. What you would say, 149,000.
And the guy drives it really often with it. It's not that.
So it's a customer car. He traded that in for another car, another E-Type he bought, and he was driving this for a long period. And now this just came in for the show, offering for sale. So he said something has been done to the car, has been painted. Yeah, something has been sprayed over here totally, and you see this is kind of to make it look more equal, but this should all be alloy painted, cadmium plated, and this should be body paint. So this is not something you would expect on a restored car. This to me has been sprayed over. So the paint everywhere you see has some issues. I would say this is a driver's car, maybe for Mr. Bader. That's the one. That's a 4.2, and it's not totally beautiful. It's not a concours, of course, but it might be a competitive price and just ready to use.
That's it.
Yeah.
It's really car to you. I mean, I think it has been cleaned, cleaned up. It's I would say like 7 on 10 I would give to the car.
Really?
But because you see that the paint is not perfect.
Yeah, the paint everywhere. Yeah. It's functional. It's functioning. And that is for some people.
I think the price is in relationship of the.
Yeah, you will find better looking cars.
Okay.
And who wants an E-Type? They're always afraid of the neighbor, that they spot something. So it still has to be nice.
Yeah, okay.
Even though if you decide for yourself, I don't care.
No.
But then to show it to the neighbor.
Okay, yeah.
They don't like to be then offended. Look here, look there. So that is an issue. And I know customers they wouldn't like this rough, there and everywhere you see that. Maybe you do the bonnet again, or they do whatever. But that is, if you introduce it in the price, then they know, and they can decide. It's always a dilemma. You put money in, and you never know if you get it back.
No, but that's always the story.
That's always, yes. But as I say, some people want to start with a low price, with a low entry price. So this is always an issue that this one is hitting here. You see that on the other side. That's what some people look at.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of repro parts as well, and as I say, it is a nice E-Type probably to drive, to use. It's not a concours car.
No.
It's not something you might earn money on with trading. It is ready to drive and keep. Best maybe for someone who is a bit skilled in technical issues and can fix it, and can then upgrade to his liking every winter. So this car is from Belgium, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's from Belgium.
We continue. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
I will be on
Enjoy
YouTube
the day.
somewhere. Yeah, thank you. Really nice car. It is a Series 3, but you know, I'm not. Oh, that looks like a really interesting car. I would just drive this. So this looks like that is a. I mean, I shouldn't say that, but I like this style. It is not perfect, and there's a price at 44,000 manual speed with hardtop. So that is something I would just use as is. You see all the bubbles here, the corrosions on the sill. That's a poor preparation underneath. So that's leaded and probably had some moisture in there, and that is how it ends up. But this is a really, well, with that you attract everyone's eyes. It's I don't know if that is primer or is that a paint, but it looks really old. All the seals here. It still has the original doors. Is there someone here? I asked the guys if they can tell me something about the car because it's so interesting. Excuse me, are you belonging to this stand? Sure. Yes? I would like to know a bit more about the E-Type. Is that primer or is that paint or?
It's been repainted during its lifetime in Canada because we just bought it in Canada very recently.
Yeah, okay.
But the previous owner actually bought the car in Ontario, Canada.
Yeah, you see.
In '85.
Yes.
And after '87, he stored the car.
He restored it?
No, he just put it away.
Okay, he stored it, yeah.
He put it away in a barn.
Yeah.
With the red XK120 that we have here.
Ah, was that one?
It's from the same owner.
Okay.
They put it away together, and then it was only recently found when the owner passed away.
Okay.
And so they've been in storage since '87.
87.
Since
okay.
'87.
Wow. That one was new then. That's a 73 or
it's
something.
It's a 74, so it's
74.
the last production year
Yes.
of the E-Type. It's the manual V12.
Yes.
And it was stored after '87, and it's only been seen since since this year.
Wow.
We brought it from Canada to
Yeah.
to
Did you
Europe.
do anything? Did you start the engine?
No,
You just as it is.
as
Perfect.
it is.
Perfect.
We didn't touch
Yeah.
anything.
I wouldn't even try to do anything.
No, because you know, these cars, they were put away.
Yes.
In perfect running order, in perfect.
Yeah. So this is a time capsule. Can we open the bonnet?
Yeah.
So
on the other side,
is it unlocked? Yeah. Ah, look at this. Look at this.
It's
So-
untouched. We haven't touched anything.
Yeah, great. That's rare to see. That's rare to see. I love to see that. Wow. And if I would be to buy this car, I would just try to get it running and drive as is,
like it is.
and drive it as is. Yeah, you get some corrosion off, but try to keep it the way it is and just drive it.
Yeah, because it's the best time capsule you can
Yes,
have.
yeah.
It's
incredible. It's incredible.
It's the same with the XK120. It's complete. The car's complete.
Yeah.
There's no parts missing.
Incredible.
It's the perfect base. If you want to restore a car,
Yeah.
you can't have a better base.
Yeah,
because
that's the basis.
It's untouched.
Yes,
It's the
yeah.
original paint. It's the original chrome work. Everything's original. And it's never been touched.
That's lovely,
it's
yeah.
been put away for.
So look at this
35
here, the tires. Is that the red of the? I can even feel the pins on the tires.
they were brand new.
They're
They
brand
were
new
brand new.
tires. Can you imagine that? Brand new, but 50 years old.
The guy we got it from actually had a collection of like maybe 15 cars.
Yeah.
And he just bought them when they were perfect,
Yeah.
put them away, and never
Yeah.
used them. And that
Oh,
was it.
look at that. That's the original front screen
It's
even
the-
here.
yeah.
This is a glue of a sticker.
Yeah, it's from the
from the transport,
Canada
from-
to here.
yes.
And we tried to
Wow, really nice.
take it away without.
May I open?
Yeah, sure. Everything
Look
also,
at that.
it
Look
also
at that.
Fits. It all fits perfectly because it just
Yeah. So you see, it has been sprayed
Yeah,
over
it's been
once.
painted. Yeah.
And but you have all the parts there. It's all original, and I'm pretty sure it's all matching.
Yeah.
But you might have some. Yeah, sometimes you find some moisture and everything, but that is how they
it's
are.
Actually,
So that's from Ontario. So the seals here all original. They're really dried out, but that is wow. So any reactions yesterday already?
Yeah, lots.
Yeah.
Lots, because the X-Grey 120 is already sold.
It's sold already. I can imagine.
Somebody already picked it up. It was like, I have to have it.
Yeah, yeah. How much was that, the X-Grey?
45.
45? Which one is that? 140?
120.
120?
120
45? It's a bargain.
It's a bargain, but it's still a lot of work.
Yes, you need to put 150 to 100,000 in it.
Yeah,
Yes, that's
and
true.
of course, an OTS in good shape right now is not 250,000.
Yeah,
so
I know.
it's really, it's for
But
somebody
it's to have
who
the
really wants to have
originality, yes,
the
yes.
perfect one, just to
Yes.
start the restoration.
Probably 1 or
even,
2 owners car.
Well, I have a complete registration
Really?
of the history of the car, and you can see it has had around, I think, 5 or 6 owners, but 3 or 4 of them, because in Ontario, Canada, they have to register every car they buy, even as a dealer. So if you buy a car as a deal, you have to register it at the government, that you have the car in your custody. So there is a registration of like 5 people in total, but 3 of them or 4 of them are dealers. So you know the car just, because in the 80s,
they tried to sell it
they
on,
were not really so easy to sell as they are now. So one of the shops bought it, sold it to one of his mates in another garage.
Yeah, tried to sell it.
And then
we swap it with
after 3 years, it came back into private hands of the final owner, and he just put it away.
Yeah.
Because on the dashboard of that one, there's a lot of small plackets from concours delegons in Canada, all over
that
Canada.
must have been really nice.
So the car was probably perfect when he bought it, and he just used it for like 2 years.
Lovely, lovely. Shame I didn't come around yesterday. You have paperwork for this one?
Yes. It's,
you have that here?
I have a copy of it here.
Yeah. So we have a look at the paperwork, because this is something you only find once in 3 years' time. And this one is sold yesterday for 44,000. It has been in the barn since the 80s and is all complete. And they didn't touch these cars, and that is what I really like.
Let me just check, because it's from all the cars that we have here. So Jaguar XK. So it's the original documents that came with it when we imported it from Canada.
Just wait for my cameraman. I will love to see these cars.
Yeah,
I know it's still a lot of work in it, but for someone who has the access to a workshop,
for someone who knows what he's doing, these are the perfect project cars.
If you don't know, you will never get them done, and you will ruin them.
Money pits, and you will not.
So this is the paper here, and so this is a 74 Jaguar, and that's the number. So that's a late really, and has been, what's that, June 87? That's when it has been taken off.
That's when the final owner paid his last tax.
Okay. Oh wow. So this is from, who's that? Oshawa, Ontario?
Ontario, yeah. It's all
and the name was Cameron John?
Yeah. That was his name.
Very interesting to see that, yes.
Documents. So yeah, that's just the package of information, and then you can see, so every car that comes from Ontario gets all, so you see that
those are the owners.
The 29th of July in 74, when the car was first delivered.
Yes. That's a first.
London, Ontario.
That's a trader.
No, that's the first client.
Okay,
So he bought the car from new, from England, and imported to Canada, to London, Ontario.
Yeah.
Then it went around to a few shops, as you can see, a few garages.
Yeah.
And then went on to a private owner again in 83.
Okay.
And then the final owner bought it in 85.
Wow.
And since then,
he
put it away approximately 87, because
that's the last insurance.
The license plate.
Yeah.
It's the same system as in America. They have to put a sticker on it every year to show you that you pay the tax on the car. So this one, the last one, is from January 88.
88.
So that's
for
why
a year,
we know
it's 88.
It's 88.
Keep it beautiful.
Keep it
so
beautiful.
that is a message.
That's what it is.
Yeah, lovely. Richard, why didn't you discover these cars? Need to have a word with you.
that's what they did. So, and it's all with. That's why we also left the plates on.
Yeah,
we left it all on,
definitely. Yeah,
keep it untouched because
I would be ashamed to disassemble it. Maybe just a few things to get it started.
Of course, if you really want to enjoy it, I think it's better to go through the mechanics.
But imagine showing up in front of a pub.
But that's
lovely.
That's the point of it.
Yeah, everyone, the crowd is there.
If you come to a meeting in that, looking like that, but running perfectly, driving perfectly, and you come around like that, and everyone's like,
I've spotted this car from the corner.
Yeah.
That is the first thing I've seen here.
They would be like, oh, that's not very good looking, and but it's
wonderful, wonderful, yeah. How many miles? What did you say?
Still on the original.
Is it kilometers or miles?
Miles.
It's miles. So 30,000 miles, and you can be sure this is original.
Yeah, I don't think it's 130.
No.
The car is way too good to be 130.
Well, yes.
And also
you see some here. What's in here? That's interesting to see. Is that the lead? The lead, because this is leaded here.
Yeah.
And then probably gone off. I've seen that on other cars as well. Same, because that's where the sill meets the body.
That's the first thing that goes out if it's put outside.
Yeah, you have some corrosion. It needs some work probably to be done, but that's all good. And you're sure you have all the parts there. You see the XK120. It says verkocht. That didn't mean it has been cooked. It means it has been sold. Wonderful car, and you see the white wall tire. And this has been in the barn for from the 80s, now over 40 years. And it says it has concours stickers here. Jaguar Drivers Club here, and here is something, a label, the annual British Car Day, September 87. So that's when he has definitely been driven. We're going to have a look, and here's an XK120, but we will focus on the E-Type in the background a little. So it's the 3.8, looks fully restored, has a Belgian registration, and it says the price is 175. That seems to be the average price of a restored E-Type these days. Restored by Dutch specialists, doesn't say who that is. And whatever that means. Yeah, probably fully restored means everything new parts, everything reproduction parts. That is very often the case because it makes things easy. It makes life so much easier to just buy new parts and put it on. Certainly a few things are all new. Interior is new, the yellow dash is all new, the steering is an aftermarket, the Legend. That makes it look all very, very nice, and it will be definitely a nice car to drive. Well, I haven't tested the engine, of course, but it's something. It seems it still has the original rear lights, and you have some pitting on the, not pitting, but some traces on the bumper, so that might all be original. Hello, Mr. Lemke, my name. Can you tell us something about the car?
Yes.
Is it restored, or has it been used, or is it just?
It's still my car.
So it's your car?
Yes, we
from
do.
the company, or?
Yes.
So you buy?
I am the boss of the company,
yeah.
And I have the car still 8 years.
In the 80s?
No, I have him still 8 years. I buy the car 8 years.
8 years.
Yes,
Okay,
yes,
so
yes.
so the car was purchased 8 years ago in 2016.
Yes, I buy it. It's on my company, private.
Yes, yeah.
It's my car. It's immatriculation.
Yeah.
I have drive a Knokkelzoete rally with him.
Yeah.
Everything every year, 3,000–4,000 kilometers.
Yeah.
I drive.
And
it's
what,
top car.
And why are you selling it?
This is a 63 and I have a 62 also.
Okay.
On rebuild.
Yes.
My wife is of 62. And this car I buy for a 62, but it was a 63.
So you should find a new wife, a younger one. I'm kidding, of course.
That's top car.
Yeah. So you're driving, using it, and I see it has the original horn push. A few things are reproduction parts, and it looks still brand new when you say you have driven it for so many kilometers.
He was in this color, and we have repainted him. There were a little bit crashes on it.
Okay. There were some traces of use.
Yes.
And can we open the bonnet, please?
Yes, but we are maniac and.
Yeah, you go.
It's not cleaning, but we are just come back of a rally, but also a special.
The exhaust.
Yeah.
These are the big bore exhausts, the big manifolds, and well, I think 175,000 seems to be a normal price these days for a nice car, for a nice roadster, and then depends on how clean some people. But 175 and is something I think is totally acceptable, and is kind of
You want to buy one?
I have customers who are looking for cars,
okay.
and I'm looking for customers. So I'm checking for them on behalf of everything, and that's where I help them. Well, that looks all good and cleaned or clean used. So you did how many miles was it?
15,000 kilometers.
Yeah, so it's running. That's something that is.
I think what we're gonna do now is we change the coupling, embrayage.
The clutch. The clutch.
I think.
Okay.
Sometimes I have a noise and I don't like it.
Yeah.
I think we must change it.
Okay.
We're gonna do it.
Yeah. There you see the number on the cylinder head. That doesn't seem to be original. That's two large numbers here. These ones here. They look too large. So they might be restamped.
This car I buy André Notes. Holland, André Notes.
Oh, I don't know. No.
He do a lot of E-Types.
Yeah, is that the guy who restored it or you restored it?
He restored it and he have also the historic of this car.
Ah, okay. So yes, there's a market for these cars, which are not totally concours, but to enjoy, to drive and then not spending too much money.
$5 in it.
Yeah. That number there is not the correct one, so that has probably been restamped on base of the wind plate. Hast du die Nummer? So the guy, the Dutch guy who restored it is Mr.
André Notes.
André Notes. Okay. From the Netherlands. So he's what he says, restorer for E-Types. Done 10 to 15,000 miles on it. The clutch might need to be replaced, but he will look into that. They refreshed the paint recently because they had chips on it and some scratches. So he's selling the car because he has a 62 which is going to be finished, the restoration soon, and that's why this car needs to go. But here's a gunmetal coupe which might be interesting for some people. It has a dark red interior. Let me see what that is. So it's a 3.8. Asking price is 139,000. And it says nut and bolt restored. 23,000 miles. So that's a classic and very popular color combination. Gunmetal with dark red interior. And it's a 3.8. Fully restored, nut and bolt, he says. And that's the thing. Everything is reproduction. Everything. Most of it is reproduction, and that is, well, still nice looking. You have the flat hubs on the wheels. Actually, the front hubs are different to the rear hubs. You see, these are kind of curly hubs, aftermarket curly hubs. But the rear hubs are the flat ones. You see, these are flat. So don't know why they did that. Maybe they don't even know themselves. But that's one observation from the outside. It has new glasses here. I will ask the guy if we can open the bonnet in a moment. It has been driven, and here you see the dirt. Probably has not been sealed properly. Freshly painted. So what does it say? It just says everything, general stuff here. I asked the guy to open the bonnet and if we can go in. Excuse me? I was probably busy. So here some chromes are missing. The fitting is a bit. You see, this should be tight. There should be another blend here. Look through. So that is missing here. The chrome is missing on here. So there's a chrome line on here, which is missing. It's a repro horn push. So, but that is the reason why this one is so cheap. And don't think every E-Type which is in good condition is matching this price of 139,000. So everything underneath is not properly done. You see, this is a reset for the odometer. So that is how it looks underneath, on the inside. And all these little things, they take so much time and patience and attention, commitment. It is easy to get an E-Type restored to make it look like a nice car, but the devil lies in the details. Let me see the headliner. That should be all new. Yeah, because it has been freshly painted. You see the matching of the contrail in the rear. That's totally off in the corner. I'll go on the other side and show you. Up there.
Yeah.
This should go all the way. It has a nice head, but I don't know what happened here. So this is a new system. I have not seen that. Usually this is folded in. So here's someone. The other side is even worse. With this place here on the other side. So someone who was doing this interior didn't know how it originally was. It still looks nice, but that is far away from what it should be. And that is why you have that missing panel here. And so I wonder if you disassemble a car where all these redundant parts will end up. So this is a car to save money, still an E-Type, probably needs more attention. Kannst du hier mal? So there's a blend on here which is missing. So this is not really finished, what I would say. So this is all repro, of course, all repro. Yeah, so it is, if you want to save some money, this is the E-Type 100, and this here. Can we open the trunk? Yes.
Of course you can open the trunk. Do you have any questions?
Yes, definitely, plenty. So what happened to the car? Is it a 63 car? Has it been restored or?
Yeah, it's completely restored.
Yeah. The luggage runners are missing.
Yeah. Well,
Is it finished, the restoration, or is it completed?
It's finished. So,
okay.
So it's completely done.
Yeah.
The chassis has been done. Of course, the whole exterior. The engine is revised.
Okay. What does that mean? Engine revised, new pistons, everything
new
in there.
Pistons. Yeah.
Yeah.
New pistons.
Is that documented? You have papers, pictures, or?
Papers. Not all of them. Just a few pictures.
Yeah.
and we finalized it with a final check and a final service, and
Okay.
we invested the last few things.
So you did the final checkup and everything.
Yeah,
and it's,
well,
so what's happening with the seat, with the luggage runners here?
Yeah, I don't know.
You leave it as is, or?
This one?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
There's the luggage runners usually on here as
Yeah.
well. And this one, yeah, this one goes in here. This one doesn't fit. So this looks self-made because it's a bit different one.
Yeah.
So
I think there were self-made solutions.
for me, it seems that there was someone working on it, not knowing the details.
That's right. That's
So,
right.
yeah.
That's right. There's something. Well, if you have a look on the car from a perfection look,
Yeah.
then it's work. The work is really good. It's not,
Yeah. Yeah, it's a restored car, but there's also there are things that can be finished.
yeah. Yeah.
So to put these on is not an issue.
some little.
Yes, but it just tells someone that it's not
It's
not as it
not
should
a-
be.
Yeah.
Like this one, you couldn't get the you couldn't get that in here.
Yeah. And they thought it's a solution.
Yeah,
Now,
yeah, it's an intermediate
it's just a little
solution.
thing, yeah.
Yes, yeah, but it's adding up, and you have that everywhere,
Of course.
and that
But
is
we focus more on the technical part,
yeah,
and for this, things, it was not his.
yeah. It's not
perfection.
not the priority.
Yeah,
Let's say that way. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it, and that's the car what we have nowadays.
Yes.
But I can truly believe in this car, and yeah,
Yeah. So you say the engine is done, the gearbox,
gearbox is done. Gearbox is done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and a few other things. But in the end, I think this car is targeted for a customer that wants to enjoy E-Type
Yeah.
for a couple of years maybe, and not looking for a collection.
It's not a concours.
Yeah, and
No,
it's
no.
maybe not so. It's something to enjoy, and when it gets a scratch, it doesn't matter, and then
Yeah.
you don't spend so much money on it. That's
That's
the
it.
price. It's a low price for
That's
a coupe.
That's it. And that's the reason, why
That's
we priced
exactly,
it
yes.
this way.
Yes, but some people get confused. They say, well, it's a nice looking car, it's only 139,000.
Yeah.
That's the average price.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, but here, of course, you see a lot of things are not,
Are not perfect.
Yes,
No,
yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's,
and that just needs to be explained. Another E-Type, and it is a Series 2. So a nice Series 2 Roadster. It looks fully restored. Asking price 79,900, which is really competitive, right? Which is really competitive. And it looks here, on the Heritage it says matching numbers. So it's a wonderful paint, freshly painted. It's slightly used interior, so that means it has been used, it's probably working. The chrome isn't perfect, but I like to see that. So that's traces of use. You see here, it has been cleaned and polished all the time. That could be stainless steel or is that chrome. It's not the chrome. Don't know what that is, but it's kind of dull. I don't know what they did. They lost the shine, but could all be original. Maybe too often polished. The gaps are not perfect, but might be adjustable still with the adjusters here. The doors are not flush totally, but that is how they were actually. There's a dent in here. Just going over very quickly. So this car, what I say, this has been used, and I expect some traces. It still has a very little here damage, but that means the roof has been up and down. It has the headrest, what some people like. It has the seats. On the Series 2, you have special seats. On the Series 1, the 4.2, you only have very limited inclination of the backrest. This one here, it is going further up and back. So that's a comfort of the Series 2. and that is really convenient. You have a lot more movement and adjustability on the seats. Something is rattling in here. Yeah, the bumpers, according to me, they are the original ones. It looks all clean. I mean, it's 79,000. That's usually I would think these cars, a nice Series 2 OTS would be between 100 and 120,000. So this was for 80,000, is very fair priced. Haven't checked the engine, I have to say. I don't know if there are any other issues. Horn push is not the original. The steering wheel is not the original. The gear knob is not the original. That's all replaceable. Hello. Hello. Yes. Hi.
Christian.
Hi.
Nice to
Michael.
meet you.
Michael. I think we met already in Essen.
Yes, it could be.
Probably,
yeah,
yes.
maybe one of my colleagues
Yes,
as well.
yeah.
There's so many people.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
You are from Denmark or where?
Yes, we are based in Denmark.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
in the area of Aarhus, actually.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
So this is the only E-Type you have here at the moment?
This is the only E-Type we brought with us here.
Yeah.
Yes.
What's the story about this one? 79,000, I think, is very competitive price.
Very, very competitive price. It's a fantastic car. The car is originally delivered to America,
yeah.
and then it had been the last more than 20 years in Denmark.
Yeah.
I bought it from the widow of the owner, which bought the car in 13 and have it until he died last year.
Oh.
So, and he had driven every summer around 2,500–3,000 kilometers.
And it was restored then when the previous owner bought it, or
when he bought it, it was actually restored, yes. And then he decided he was on a tour. And then there was a guy moving his lawn, and then there was some stone scratches coming on the right side. So he decided to paint the majority of the car once again in 13.
That's why it looks so nice.
Yes, but imagine it's painted in 13.
Yeah.
And driven every summer.
Yeah.
So it's still really in a good shape.
Yeah, it really is. What about engine, clutch, gearbox, everything done? Or
it works perfectly also. When it's restored, I don't know, but it drives perfectly.
Yeah.
And I think what we call the Bautoi, the gearing is changed from an US to an Europe one.
Okay,
I'm quite sure
IRS,
he did that.
the differential, yes.
I'm sure he changed it to the Europe.
Yes.
I'm not 100, but I'm 80% sure. He told me that.
Yeah, you can check
that.
You can check that with the numbers, yeah.
But you can see it also in the engine.
So we open the engine bay. I open this side. So it even has the 3 carbs. So this is what year is it?
That's from 1969.
69.
Yeah,
and still has the 3 carbs.
Yeah.
Because the US version, they had the 2 carbs with the exhaust.
Yes. So I think that's have been redone in Europe.
Okay, so usually they had the 3 Stromberg carbs.
Yes.
With the exhaust return, but many people did that. They converted back to the 3 carbs to have a bit more power. And in Europe, that was common. That was still normal.
Yeah, you could do that.
Yeah.
And he did that also, yeah.
Yeah, so it is a kind of upgrade. You have more power than usual S2.
Yes.
And it looks all very nice and clean.
It is really nice, the car, and it's a good price.
Yes, yeah. If you want to enjoy a roadster, an E-Type, it's a classic color. Primrose yellow is a classic color of these days.
Yeah, and everything is matching on the car, so it's
nice car to drive, really.
It's really a good car. It drives perfectly. This engine is, I think, really good 4.2.
Yeah, and even though if you have an issue, you have some spare money left maybe to fix something.
Yeah.
So because if you want to have a 100% car, you spend 20,000 more.
You can do that easily.
Yeah.
But there's also room for doing that.
Exactly.
Without losing money.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. So you limit the risk, really.
Yes, I would say so.
But it looks very clean. It has a radiator with the 2 cooling fans, the high performance ignition coil.
Yeah.
Still the original Dizzy. So that is a car to enjoy in the summer.
Yeah.
And just for not spending too much money.
Yeah.
And you will always get the money back.
You can. You have a black soft top also, which is almost new too.
Yeah.
I think it's 3 years old. So
yeah. A soft top or hard top?
A soft top.
So that's the one in here.
Yeah, it's the one underneath here. Yeah. That's a soft top. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very good. and there's another E-Type which is in light blue, or Palladian light blue, and I think Eric from Brussels here is interested to see this one because he's just restoring one like this. And it looks nice, but something is wrong here. You see the sugar scoops? They shouldn't be in body color. They should be silver. So what else? It has, wow, it has welded louvers. Interesting, but the wrong ones. You see all the gapping space in here. So these are aftermarket. So now I'm getting the idea. They tried to make it look like the OBL cars because the OBLs had the sugar scoop in body color, and the OBLs also had the louvers, but this is probably is a flat floor, and they tried to edit the features of the. And there's a sign. There's a sign. Let's have a look at the sign. It's a 61, so it's definitely a flat floor. And we check if they have what number that is. So it's a restand wind plate, and the number is 876163. So it's a flat floor, a general flat floor. And what number is it on here? So fully restored. And this, so a lot of repro parts on here. Everything is repro. Do we get that number there? Oh, obviously it's beautiful looking. I'm not going into details. It has the 3 noses here for the accelerator, so that it should be a prior November 61 car, but the number I'm not sure. 67 could be just within November 61. I haven't seen any data, any paperwork here, but it might be within November 61. So, but I think it is not the original leather. I like the color because it's a 60s color. But again, everything has been redone. It's a reproduction steering wheel, reproduction everything, reproduction alloy dash. So that is normal to make it look nice. The grab handle is missing here. I'm sure they forgot to put the mounting bracket on here. So here's the grab handle, usually sitting here, has been mounted here, and then they realized the hook on the body here is missing, and they didn't take it off again. So this needs to become all off, and then there is a bracket mounted to the bulkhead. What I like to see, they have the 3 straps here on the cover, so that's nice to see. It's very, very, very clean. It looks beautiful, and a few things can be changed. I will go around. So it's very, very, very clean. It looks flawless, with a lot of aftermarket parts, which I know some people of you like. And I'm not questioning that, because you can't have everything original, only if you want. So it doesn't say a price. I'm asking someone here. Tell us something about this car.
So I'm sure you know the cars.
Yes.
61 flat floor, very early car.
Yeah.
Fully matching colors, gearbox and engine.
Yep.
The story of the car is it's a car who we restored ourselves in-house.
Yep.
So it was a multiple year restoration, and it was in concours standards.
Yeah.
So the car needed to look exactly like it came out of the factory, and it needed to drive perfect. So.
Yeah. So, but is that original?
Yes.
I've never seen these, so
yes,
I'm asking.
Indeed. Normally the opalescent silver blue had only a dark blue interior, just like the cover.
Yeah.
But this one, and it's noted on the heritage certificate as well, has a light blue interior.
You have that here?
We have that here, yes.
I would love to see that, because
I can show you.
Because that's rare.
That's very rare.
And I like it.
Yes.
But I wasn't sure when I did some talking. I said, I'm not sure if that is the original.
Yeah, no, it is.
But it's interesting. So you could get some colors on special order from the factory.
Yes.
And that is mentioned in the heritage. So what is the price?
We're asking 245.
245,000. Yeah, I think it's a flat floor, fully restored, flawless. Not everything original, I have to say. A lot of repair parts, I know.
Yes, but it's hard to get them.
Yes, yes. And that makes the original car so much more special.
Indeed.
But as I said in my other videos, painting is the same job.
Yeah.
It costs you the same money.
Yeah.
It costs you the same money to rebuild the engine. It's just a few things that can't be.
I have some photos on my. It's on the iPad as well of the restoration. We have a full. File.
I trust. When has the restoration finished?
I think right now it's like maybe a year ago.
Yeah. So you need to drive it in, shake down miles and everything, and get it shown. So
it's just for sale. So.
Yeah, 245,000. It is. I think it's a reasonable price. There might be some room for something, because some people might argue the louvers are not the original
I'll show
ones.
you the certificate.
Yeah. Another E-Type is a British Racing Green. It's a Series 2 and it has a sales price on it, so it's for sale. And it says it's a 68 Belgian car, 115,000. It looks British Racing Green. This is not opalescent, it's British Racing Green. It is an older paint, definitely is washed and cleaned several times. It looks very nice, very neat, matching here. Probably it's a right-hand drive car. I haven't seen. You have noticed the beige interior, the desktop. That is a personalized. It is a bit more beige than it usually has. Is that for sale or?
That's for sale.
Yeah. What's the story about the car?
It's a Belgian car, but it was restored more than 30 years ago in Austria by a Jaguar specialist locally in Vienna. And the lady owner is owned by a lady. She is German, but she is working for the European Commission, and she has the car all that time. And she drove the car. She drives the car very regularly. There's we don't have the book here, but she has a book with the restoration of the car with all the pictures.
So when has the restoration been done?
More than 35 years ago.
35 years ago, and that is still. I like the paint and everything.
Really, the car is always inside. It never comes out. It never comes out when it rains.
Yeah.
And she drives it very sparely.
Yeah. Can we see the engine?
Yes, of course.
So this is something for the for my English fans. Might be a bargain. It's gone. Oh, okay. So that's a driver's car. Yeah, there's no number on the engine head, as a Series 3 never had on there, but it has the 3 carbs.
Yeah, the car is matching numbers, huh? It's a second series, so it has some ameliorations like 2 fans, other headlights. It is a European car because it had 3 SU cars.
Yeah.
So it's not an imported car from the US. It's also a difference of more or less 40 brake horsepower.
Yeah.
But there is a continued history of the car in the name of this lady owner.
Yeah. So it seems to be a very honest car.
It's very good.
Always been driven, 3 carbs as the European equipment. The US, they only had the 2 Strombergs. But this looks to be very, very They obviously did a restoration, they said, about 35 years ago. They did a reswap. So maybe someone remembers the car. It's a ladies' rally. I didn't know it existed already in the 90s. Yeah. So that's 30 years ago. Very nice to see. Yeah, car looks really good. 115,000, right-hand drive. There's an E-Type here. This is a Series 3 with hardtop, very nice. Well, that looks stunning. That looks really nice. Let me see. It is a kind of, I don't know what color that is. It's not that brown what I have seen before. Is a kind of olive brown. It's an older paint. It's not a recent restoration. It fits. Everything looks really, really nice. Here the paint is not really good. Here you see all the scratches, the grinding marks. It's very funny to see that. I mean, how can you, when you see the scratches here, kannst du das von hier filmen? How can you get a car painted with all these scratches? I don't know if you can see that. It's all if someone was like with a machine grinding off the paint here, and it's just, I mean, how can you offer a car like that? I'm surprised. I've seen that so many times. I don't know what people try to sell. This is just ridiculous. I wonder how they explain that. Didn't see it or? So what is saying? This is 70,000. Okay, that's not. A Series 3 in good condition would be at least 100,000. This one is 70,000, and that of course needs to be off because you need to get a decent paint on here. And probably it drives very good, it says, and well, it looks good from the distance. But this is, it looks like a homemade restoration, really. The interior looks nice. Looks very solid and clean inside. Actually, it's a nice car. It's just a bit, don't know who restored that. But from the overall appearance, it looks very honest. It looks pretty good and original. But someone definitely tried to make a cheap sales paint on this one. Also here on the, who has painted that has never painted anything before. You see all the fog here. It is nice here, but here you have all the paint fog. Don't know if you can see that, but it's dull. Whereas on other areas it looks pretty nice. We'll ask if we can open the bonnet. Are you from here? Can you tell us about the car?
Excuse me, hello.
Can you tell us about the car? Hello.
Yes, sure.
Hello.
I bought it in the United States,
yes.
California.
What condition was it?
Totally original. It's original paint. Original leather, original carpeting, low mileage.
Original paint?
Original paint.
I have a question. So this is the fork here, the paint
original
fork.
Paint. Never remade paint.
And when you look here, you see the grinding marks here?
Yeah, it might be
you think that is original?
Yeah, mostly because we have the check meter.
Yeah.
I think like if you maybe there's one part spotted maybe because it was a scratch or whatever, but most of the car is totally original paint. It's the first leather, the first carpets, the first dash.
That's what I thought, because parts look really nice and original. But then I seen this one here.
Yeah,
the fender.
That maybe one spot is parted, but most of the car is totally original.
Yeah. That's what I thought.
It's a rust-free car.
Yeah.
And the most nicest thing is every invoice from 1972 till today is with the car.
Wow. You have that here with you?
Yeah, everybody.
I would like to see that. Can we open the bonnet? It says It is original paint, the first
Mostly
paint, mostly, but I think there has been some repairs, definitely this side here.
Right, maybe.
And then some other places as well.
Here you can see that the paint is so thin on this car. Here, the primer from a Jaguar E-Type was always in this color, in the red. You see the primer coming through everywhere.
Yeah, that's true.
Here you see the primer coming through.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, that looks like the original paint, and you have the original bolts here. Very nice to see. It is some honest corrosion there. There's the plate. I don't know if that is the original one. It is the original windscreen. They have the numbers in here. This is a number, and this is here the original label. Where is it? Here. Yeah. So all these are still the original ones. These are the original screws even. Yeah.
The original primer here coming through.
Yeah. So that is very nice. Pretty. When did you buy the car?
I think 6 months ago.
6 months ago.
Maybe. It's, I think 2 months.
Yeah. Okay. So that's an interesting one. Here's a sticker here, which is original from Leyland, British Leyland. As you know, that Jaguar was sold or taken over by Leyland in '67, about. Don't know when the process started. So really nice. We have a look at the So it's the first interior, he says, and I believe that. It looks very nice and sorted, organized. It's a manual.
It's a 72, small bumpers.
Yeah.
Manual. Hardtop. Wire wheels. There's all the good options. There are 4 options you could choose for, and the air conditioning. There's all the options you could get.
Everything
it's
in
the
there.
best here. This is the most wanted E-Type V12 Roadster you can buy.
That's the one. That's the one. And you said 69,000. With all original papers from the beginning.
Here you see also the primer coming through. Original paint all over.
Yep. That's interesting.
And it has 42,000 miles. Original.
42. Yeah, and I believe it.
This is original too. The original one.
Yeah.
And the top is new.
That looks nice.
This one, underneath here. This one.
The soft top.
It's new.
Yeah.
This is all original.
Oh, lovely. How lovely is that? How lovely is that? Yeah, wonderful, wonderful. I would just drive it. Leave it as is and drive it. Perfect.
You don't even have to do it here.
It's from the inside only. It's wonderful, wonderful. And with the hardtop, you know how much the hardtop is? And now he says he has the papers from new.
This is the brochure
from
1972.
Yeah, nice, you have that all together.
This is another brochure.
Yeah.
From the E-Type.
And you trading them, or is that your...
No, it's my car. All these cars are mine.
Yeah.
I never do consignment. And this is the most important thing here.
Oh, lovely.
The original handbook from this car.
Yeah.
But this is the most important thing. The original.
The service manual.
Service manual.
Look at that. Look at that. So there's the owner in here.
That's the original owner. That's where it has been sold
in
new.
73.
Yeah.
So that's the first owner.
It's here.
And then you have all the services in here. Oh, that's whenever they did it.
Yeah, that's what some dealers don't do it.
Yeah,
some dealers do.
yeah,
But here you see it's the original
Yeah.
book. But it's not so important because all the services are here.
Everything is there, yeah.
This is the other thing. This is the
Grease chart, or what's that?
This is you got when you buy one at the time new the diagram from original one.
Yeah, the grease chart, the service chart.
And you got came with this. I don't know what
the
this
dealer's list. Is that dealer's list, or are they breaking something? Yeah.
This.
Yeah.
And this, all the invoices from day one and the history of the car. This is how it came.
Yeah.
It's a one-owner car, record since new.
Wow. Yeah.
So here they start. It's in 1973, 74, the first one. All the invoices go till.
Incredible. Incredible. So that
better history doesn't exist. Every invoice from day one.
So, and you made copies?
I got these copies.
Yes. Yeah.
This is 75. And it's every year it had 76, 76, 77, 70, 80.
Yeah.
It goes 81.
Wonderful.
82.
So there's
87.
So you can
90.
still find these cars, and if you're a collector or a lover, this is something you will be looking for, with all the history.
This is at least worth, and there's the tools and there's the records.
Yeah.
And at least brings and it's well maintained. Well maintained. And it's at least worth, I think in my opinion, 7,000 to 8,000 extra. This.
Yeah.
If you don't have this with your car, you don't know what you're buying.
Yeah. Nice. It's nice to have the history, especially when you buy the car for yourself and you want to keep it, and that's the one.
Because you know, of course you find a scratch, you find a small dent.
Yeah. But it's part of life, isn't it?
Original paint for me is.
Definitely. That's why I thought
leather.
Yeah, I thought it's original because it's not shiny, and you see from polishing and washing. Is the tool in the trunk, or?
I'll show you. I have no idea if it's in the trunk,
but you see how good the hardtop is fitting.
It's me who replaced this rubber because it was. This is an extra tonneau cover.
When you close it,
When you close it.
Yeah.
Here's the tools.
Oh yes, yeah.
This is an extra bar which was on the front. I don't like.
Yeah,
I
don't like it. No, the Amco bar.
Front and rear.
Yeah.
I didn't like it, so I asked this is the spare.
Oh yeah. Wow. Is it always glass? Is that always plastic?
No, normally it's black.
Yes,
from wood.
That's what I thought.
But they changed this. I don't know why. I think it's nicer than the wood. But
smart idea.
But they changed it. Normal is wood in black.
Yeah. That looks really nice. Yeah.
But this is the original.
Excellent. I can smell the history. You can't smell it on the video, but I can smell the history here. Oh, you were lucky to find this car.
You see the primer coming through here too.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Wonderful. Wonderful Series 3.
Very original.
So for someone who's tall and doesn't fit in the smaller roadster, this is the car to buy. The color, well, yes, is the preference. Matching number, full history, all records. Wonderful car. Okay, next one. And here is another one, another Series 3. This time it's a coupe. I think the first we have seen in the show. And let's have a look. It looks good, but you can see all the imperfections on the paint everywhere. So it's a really cheap paint again. And again, that tells me that the lower price ranges haven't enjoyed a thorough restoration, really. And you see all the uneven and the spots and holes in the paint everywhere. So that is sadly the price of the cheaper cars. You have to save the money, and then you know why the Series 1 cars and other cars are so much more expensive. And there's something written there. It is. So there's a Heritage. It's a 72 car. It is registered, and the production record is so. And it's a manual. Cinnamon inside and British Racing Green the exterior paint. Let's see what the price is. The paint is just terrible. I don't know what happened. You have the holes everywhere. I don't know if you can see that. There is. So this is the private car sales section, and private people can offer their private cars here. Obviously, he has a chair and the desk in the boot, so he probably left for lunch. So we have no chance to talk to him. Really rough car. He left the phone number here. The price is 66,950,000 euro. Says original Stromberg carbs, manual transmission. It looks probably, look at this one here. This is just rough. Look at this. I don't know if you can get this in. Well, this is, you probably can't see this on the video, but again, you see all the grinding marks here. This is totally uneven. This is a home repair, and this one would need a complete restoration. But however, it's nice to see cars displayed asking price 67,000. And that gives you an idea of the market. You get something, you would have to spend another 150 to get a really nice. You can maybe get away with 20, 30,000, but then it's always a question, where do you start and what are you looking at? The wheels look nice, the tires are Pristine, the cheaper ones. But that confirms my idea that in a couple of years, these cars with a lower value, they will disappear from the market. They won't be restored or maintained anymore because the money you would have to put into it will exceed sooner or later the market value of a nice car. It is so terrible. The front wing and this everyone. This is like a wave. So thank you for joining me here again in Brussels, Interclassics 24. We have seen less than 2 handful of E-Types, and the price range went from 66,000 to 245. So that's about 200,000 gap, and from the cheapest Series 3 coupe in terrible condition to pretty nice flat floor, the blue one, which wasn't totally original, and sadly we only had that small range here. Italy was a lot better. Stay tuned, there will be more coming up this winter. We have a few more shows coming up. We'll go to Stuttgart, Maastricht, Essen, and who knows where we show up. So stay tuned, subscribe, put your comments underneath. Thank you, see you next time.